Hey guys, I'm Michael.
And I'm CJ.
And I'm Nikki, and we're casting
And such.
Today we're going to talk about, well, we always talk about Disney, all the time, every time.
Every day.
But we're going to talk about something very important to Disney today. We're going to talk about the music of Disney, as you would have seen in the episode title.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We brought a special guest in for this. We have Nikki.
Yay!
Nikki is me, but shorter.
like an
Just.
inch.
Just. So I'm wondering whether it's going to be difficult to tell the difference between us talking, actually.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh no, I've got a deeper voice.
You'll be fine.
I've
Okay.
got a deeper voice.
I'm sure you guys will cope. We have fairly similar opinions anyway. So as we do with most topics, we start with a favourite because it introduces the guest and it introduces the audience to the topic.
Oh,
As
God.
we're talking about music and Disney, let's start with the difficult question. Favourite Disney song, Nikki?
Okay, I have a really weird Disney favourite. It's Little Black Rain Cloud from Winnie the Pooh.
Okay.
It's not a typical one, but it just reminds me of being very little.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
So
Yeah, that's understandable.
yeah,
It's a
Disney
catchy
favourite.
little tune.
Yeah.
It is.
Michael?
I forgot to
Think
about
it.
this.
Yeah.
So, I forgot to think about which one is actually my favourite. But I've got loads. I don't know which one's the top one. It's probably Prince Ali.
Ooh,
It's a good one.
that's a good
It's
It's
shout.
catchy.
Yeah.
It ties in with one of your favourites that will be discussed later on, actually.
Mm-hmm.
My favourite is God Help the Outcasts from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame!
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame Toretto from Fast and Furious.
Do you want to know why that got stuck in my head?
Go on.
So I was thinking about how Power Rangers is Disney, and that's something we never considered.
Power Rangers is Disney.
It
It was
was.
Disney. It's
Ooh.
back to Saban. And then I was going through their, the morphing sequence, and I was thinking Mastodon. And that was where Nostradamus.
The Hunchback of Mastodon. Is it because I'm wearing the shirt?
No. Well, I was having that panic in my head where I was thinking we're going to have missed a big thing of Disney. So previously when we've discussed Disney, Nikki, we forgot for a good bit that Star Wars was Disney.
Oh.
And I was thinking about, is there anything else? And then I was like, Power Rangers was Disney.
Also,
It's not anymore.
where's the Star Wars musical that we all want?
Uh,
It's probably out there somewhere, but-
2043 by Nicole Kingsley.
although Starkid did
Annie.
Annie, which is a parody musical.
So
So technically there is one. You're just not a dedicated enough fan to find it.
yeah,
Of
Michael.
Star Kid. Or Star Wars. Move on!
Both are a lie. Anyway, so yeah, God Help the Outcasts.
That's a good
because
one.
it's a beautiful song. It's just very pure. It's musically very good. Fits in with the whole Hunchback of Notre Dame musical
I think
themes.
that might be my favourite ballad.
Okay,
Because it's a good.
okay. So yeah, different selection there. That's
Yeah.
a good variety.
Now, yeah. Can I just sort of say something just now? So, listeners, be prepared to not hear much of me throughout this one.
Michael will cut in for one word answers, and then you won't hear from him for a good 10 minutes, and
No.
then he'll cut in for another one word answer. And
I'm not what people would say is musically gifted. It's not something I am.
Everyone is musically gifted.
you also
In
have a
one way.
keen interest in music.
Kind of, yeah.
It's just that. So one of the reasons we got Nikki in on this is A, because she is musical theatre student.
Oh yeah.
B is mini me, and C knows probably more about Disney music than even I do. So
And the musical side, the movie side, you remember much more than I do because
I'm older
yeah,
and I'm an
pretty much.
elephant.
Yes, you have a better memory than I do. I don't remember 5 minutes ago, so
You existed 5 minutes ago.
my brain doesn't think so.
Moving swiftly on. So, will we go for another favourite on the favourite song
Yeah.
theme? Favourite princess song. So each princess, well, I say princess, I'm going to make a side note in that there are people who, main female Disney characters who are not technically princesses, like your Mulan, your Moana.
Not Moana. Moana?
Moana.
Moana is, I would say, technically a princess because she's the chief's daughter. But Mulan, I still don't count as a princess.
Yeah, so your people like that who are not technically princesses, but we're gonna allow them in this.
So like leading lady.
Sure.
Kind of. Okay.
Sure.
Why not?
Okay.
So yeah, favourite princess in inverted commas song. Nikki.
I'm gonna go with God Help the Outcast because I'm a copycat and I've just rediscovered how much I love that song.
Having not heard it at all. It's not like we stopped recording.
No, I've sung it in my head to myself.
Super.
Probably that.
Michael.
Did I did end with Once Upon a Dream last night, didn't I? There was no other... I didn't come up with any other amazing ideas.
You didn't come up with any other amazing ideas. You had suggested Reflections, which is obviously Milan's song, and I was like, I didn't take you as a Reflections man.
Don't get me wrong, I love princess songs, but I don't know, I don't like them as much as other songs in Disney films.
Fair dues.
So it would probably be Once Upon a Dream because of Aurora. Even
Aurora.
though the singing voice is very, very different to her like
Spoken voice.
yeah. Because obviously it was the 50s or 60s. Things were
It was the
different.
silver age of Disney,
Yeah.
I think it's classed as.
Yeah. So yeah. CJ.
So I'm a bit of a cop-out. I've got two.
Oh,
Not
how
allowed.
dare you.
Not allowed. Pick one.
Tough.
Pick
No,
one.
I can't.
No, pick one.
I
Gotta
can't,
do- you
and
gotta
I'll
do it.
Paper,
explain
scissors.
why.
You gotta do
I
it.
can't. That only works for three things, Nikki. I can't, and I'll explain why. So, the original answer that I put down
Mhm.
was How Far I'll Go, which is Moana's song, because I can't express
And is a bop.
how much... A what?
A bop.
What's a bop?
Like a tune. This is getting down with the kids, okay? A bop is a tune. Like when we used to say it, that's a tune. Now that's a bop.
Is that where the bop it comes from?
Do you remember Bop It? Or Disney Bop It?
What's
Anyway, the reason that I picked another one... Oh, that's spiking on the couch.
That's fine.
The reason that I sort of am copping out of that is that while I am quite the obsessed with it, is that it's not been out all that long.
Yeah.
So I don't know what lasting power it has. I mean, I'll probably still live it when I'm 80. See,
Yeah.
when I'm a demented old lady in a nursing home that Michael will inevitably put me into if I'm
think I'll-
still alive by the time I'm 80.
You think I'll be alive by that point?
Probably.
If
No.
not, I'll put you
You'll
on
eat
one
something that
that's
makes you inhuman.
No, I literally drank chocolate when we were at a dinner at one point. I'm not going to
That's
see like 60 at this rate.
Don't say that. But I'll be that little demented lady in the nursing home belting out like the most out of key
Yeah, you
without
will.
my teeth in how far I'll go.
You will.
But the other one I've put down is Cinderella's A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes. Now, I knew I loved it, but then when we were in Disneyland Paris at the illuminations at night, one of the songs in it is an altered version of A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes.
Ooh.
And the 3 nights we went to see it, I cried at that one song every time. It hits me. It's such an old classic. I love singing it. I love listening to it.
It's also a bop.
Shut up. I'm putting a ban on the word bop. I just love it. So yeah, that is...
The bop ban.
The bop band.
A bop ban.
You're just as bad, Michael.
I am. I'm bad for the bop bands.
Okay, so moving swiftly on.
Okay.
Just from favourite songs.
Yes.
Now this is I want a one-word answer.
Okay.
I don't actually. You can explain your answer.
Don't do that
Chicken.
to me, man.
Chicken. Potatoes.
So what
Get
are,
out
what, are
my
we,
head.
what are we one-wording answering the words?
Your favourite Disney movie just for its music.
What if the movie title has more than one word? The.
Okay, right.
No.
Okay, so I would like to say Newsies because it's my favourite Disney musical on stage, but when I watched it last night, it wasn't the same.
Okay, so not Newsies.
So not Newsies.
Okay.
So that's more than one word as an answer.
Oh, I know it, and it's one word. Hercules.
Okay.
Michael?
I think the one I said last night was The Beauty and the Beast.
You did.
Yeah.
That was your...
Not my favourite Disney film by any means, but musically it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's varied. Yeah.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
I had Hercules down as mine. And I would like to point out, when Nikki and I were discussing this over FaceTime last night, it was me that suggested the Herc.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what?
But I also had Aladdin as an option in case I just wasn't feeling Hercules that day, or The Princess and the Frog,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a really
which
good
I
soundtrack.
think is a strong soundtrack.
It does.
I think the good thing about the Hercules music is it's obviously like it's almost always, bar a couple songs, it's the same people singing it over and over and
Yeah.
over, and
Yeah.
it tells the story, because that's what it's doing, is it's telling the story of Hercules through the music.
Yes. Good. So, one of the things that our movie picks all have in common is that it's the characters that are singing in it and not just songs in the background.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether the reason for that is because it's sometimes easier to enjoy the songs if they're like
Actually
the character.
singing
Like
it.
that's one of the joys of Disney movies is
Yeah.
the characters singing.
I think it sort of like builds into sort of the whole atmosphere as well, because like you then it relates the troubles more to those characters. So like even with like say think about Zero to Hero, like
Yeah.
you get the growth of Hercules through Zero to Hero. You get Be Our Guests, where you've got all the joy of like all the servants, if you will, all the things to the house, like
Yes.
they're making
it tells
they're-
the story
yeah, they're
without saying the words.
they're making the most of it, so you're like, oh yeah, it's really good, everyone's having fun about it. But if it was just music in the background, like you can't relate it as
Yeah.
much to the
It
characters.
shows a good interaction between characters, especially in
Yeah.
group numbers. You sort of
Yeah.
get a good sense of group dynamic.
Loves a good group
As
number.
it's love a good group
Love a good
number.
group number.
But yeah, however, there are
Which is actually again another good one with Hercules, especially when.
Yeah, I think that's why I love it so much, because it's mostly
And the best sort of one for that is Won't Say I'm in Love, because you got the interaction between Meg and the
Yes.
muses.
Yeah,
So then it's sort of like it brings the story to the characters.
yeah.
I love it. And then obviously with Be Our Guest, which is one of the ones that you suggested, you've got Lumiere's being the showy showman, and there's like you just get to see a really good interaction, and there's a bit where
Yeah.
he shoves Cogsworth
Yeah.
into the light, and it's really good, and it's a good character development.
Plus,
tool.
it's also
Yeah.
that song, again, like obviously each Disney film has like its country of origin, or its country it can be tied back to.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one, it's got a very kind of can feel to it,
French.
Yeah,
so it feels very.
French.
It obviously it comes across as a very
Yeah.
French song.
it does.
So yeah,
That and all the
Very
French
true.
words in it help.
well that's
Yeah,
also
but-
true, but
So examples of songs that just have a background backing track. Tarzan's the big one.
songs,
Yeah.
films.
Yeah, film. Sorry.
No, yeah, Tarzan, and this is one I've always said. Tarzan has possibly the most consistent
Yeah. Because
song
it's all just Phil Collins.
because it's all Phil Collins, so it's the most consistently themed music. There are other films which are obviously very close behind, like
Yeah.
Moana, where one song varies from all the others.
Yeah.
But Tarzan is
Brave
just like
is another one that I feel
Brave,
gets
obviously.
missed out.
Yeah,
Purely because
I love
it's
it.
not a big name that's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So it's a woman called Julie Fowles who is a
Yeah.
Scottish artist.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fitting. It's a Scottish movie,
yeah.
but I feel like I feel like because it's not as big a name beforehand, it almost
Yeah.
gets put on the back burner. That, and I just don't think Brave was as big a movie as Tarzan was. It was huge, but it wasn't.
It was-
As
It
big a
didn't
movie.
get the
was-
credit it deserved.
It
Yeah.
was at its time, I believe. There was like it was quite a big spike with Brave, but then it
Kind
sort
of
of
died out.
yeah, it died out really
Get
quickly.
out my head.
So yeah. I imagine, well, Brother Bear as well, there's a lot
See, I
of
don't
the
remember
music's
Brother
on in the
Bear.
background. It was another Phil Collins did
I know, on my
at
way.
least one song from it,
Yeah.
which is
On
On
my
my
way.
um,
I remember that.
so yeah, it's
Good.
It's another interesting point that none of us picked
Yeah.
that as our favourite movie because of the music.
Mm-hmm.
But then I imagine that's because we quite enjoy a good Disney song, whereas if we were to
Yeah.
ask someone, like if we were to ask our dad, it would probably be something like
Tarzan.
because it's Phil
Because
Collins
it's
singing
Phil
it.
Yeah,
Collins.
it's different.
I
Yeah.
grew up in the
Yeah.
whole like Genesis generation.
I think as well, because I prefer when I'm listening to the song in my brain seeing a character sing it rather than just something going on. See
Yeah.
if I can
Yeah.
see the character sing it and envision it.
You relate to the song a little
Yeah.
bit more as well.
Yes. And Another thing, just sort of tying loosely back to what we've just discussed, because you also mentioned Moana, is consistent themes or authentic themes throughout
Yeah.
Disney music.
So like with Moana, you have identity.
Yeah.
And also musically, you've got that consistent like Pacific Island style
Oh,
going
yeah, yeah.
It
throughout
runs the
them,
whole way.
with the exception of the song Shiny,
Yeah.
which
Which is
is a
lot.
point that we will come back to.
Yeah.
I will come back to that in a later segment of
So-
this episode.
So yeah, you've got like, obviously, Moana's got a Pacific Island kind of theme. Aladdin's got the very like
Arabian
kind of, yeah. So like, there's lots of
And even in the pop songs, so like Friend Like Me isn't particularly, it isn't as obviously Arabian in origin, but it does
But if you look
still,
into it, it's
yeah, if you
it's very much
listen
there.
just to the actual instruments in the background and stuff, it fits very nicely.
and Princess and the Frog,
Yes, there's a lot of that New
Kinda
Orleansian
jazzy,
jazz.
yeah.
jazz, brass, wind instruments.
Oh,
Jazz brass wind. That one monstrous
Yes.
instrument. Gotta love it.
You're the one with the pad. Come on, what's next? The notepad.
Oh yeah. I was just really confused as to you're the one with the pad. Well, I was wondering if anybody had anything else to say about, authentic or consistent themes.
I think there's very few that have it the whole way
No.
through.
But is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It can be good, can be bad, because then you've obviously got the consistency is always nice, but then variation again as well is nice.
Yeah.
It's like Beauty and the Beast, very varied songs,
Yes.
but still an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah.
Moana, very consistently themed, amazing songs. So like, you got to take it film by film.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair point. Okay, this is not done in the notepad, so this might be a bit off the cuff for some peeps. Has anybody got a Disney song they really dislike? Or a movie they dislike for its music?
It's Disney, come on. Oh, there is one.
Oh, she's
What
got
is
one.
it? Oh,
Eureka.
it's on the tip of my tongue.
La, 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 la.
What is it? There's one. I don't think it's just there's one song I really don't like from Disney. Like if I see it, I will always skip it.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You want to know what mine is?
What's that?
Mm-hmm.
Siamese cat song.
Oh no, that's it. No, it's that. And what's the one from Dumbo? There's one from Dumbo.
When I See an Elephant Fly?
No. No, it's
Oh,
not.
Pink Elephants on Parade.
Yes, I
Yeah.
just that gives me the fear, the ultimate fear.
Nice. Michael, have you got any?
No, none that I could really think of. There's perhaps one,
Okay.
but I don't hate it. I don't despise it. I'm just a little bit annoyed because it doesn't fit in with the theme.
Okay.
You know what song I'm gonna say?
Not
A
sure.
Whole New World.
Yes.
It doesn't.
See, no, I don't really enjoy that either.
It's a good song, but it doesn't fit in with
It's
the
a good wee
themes.
duet, but
Oh, see, I
In
would
the
say
movie.
it's one of my least favourite, like, romantic
Yeah.
songs.
yeah, it's kind of out of place.
Mhm.
I like it as a duet.
I don't.
It's a
I just don't
cracking-
enjoy it. It makes me cringe.
Wow. I thought that was going to be an unpopular opinion.
No, I think you're right. I
Yeah,
do.
I would
think
agree
you're-
with that.
I agree with
Fair
that.
enough.
Not Aladdin bashing.
Not favourite movie of all time in the world.
She's probably not wrong,
No.
to be fair. Like, I don't think you understand how many times Nicola's watched Aladdin.
I have
How
burned,
many sleeps have you had in life?
I have burned through how many DVDs?
3 that I know of.
Yeah.
And there's another 3 on the shelf.
Yeah, so the fact that she has 3 copies of the one movie on her shelf. I'd like to point out Nikki doesn't at present have the biggest Disney DVD collection,
No.
because we used to share a room and I owned them all, so why would she rebuy them? But yeah, Nikki watches
Yeah.
Aladdin a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Cool. So away from the Disney hating
Of course.
Please.
Yeah.
and onto a theme that I bring up because I can't remember whether this movie has been made into a musical, but does anybody have a favourite Disney movie to musical adaptation? Like
Do you
movie
mean-
to stage musical.
Do you mean like the musical itself, or do you mean like the movie and the musical?
No, Nikki, you can say Newsies because it's your favourite musical.
Oh, it's
No, so
genius.
it's whichever movie you think has translated well to a stage musical.
Well, you see, the thing is, there's a plot difference between Newsies the movie and the musical.
So do you want to tell them roughly what Newsies is? Because I feel like it'll be less heard of than some of the Disney animated.
Okay, so it's basically about the newsboys, like the newspaper boys strike in like 1920, I think. I could be wrong, I'm rubbish at history. And it's basically they go on strike against Hertz and Pulitzer and are like, well, we're not going to sell your papers, because they used to buy 100 papers for 50 cents and then they put the price up to 60 cents, which meant they would have to sell more papers, and it was a whole kerfuffle. But the whole point is the journalist, the lead guy, Jack Kelly, falls in love with the journalist in the musical. Falls in love with the journalist, but the journalist ends up being the big bad guy's daughter, but they fall in love anyway and they win and it's great. But in the movie, the lead character falls in love with his best friend's little sister instead of the journalist, which makes it makes the ending slightly different, and it changes the plot big time. Because in the movie, the journalist is an old guy, and I'm a soppy romantic, so I'm like, yeah, fall in love with the journalist, girl, do it.
Cool.
So,
But your favourite movie to
But
musical adaptation?
Newsies, definitely.
Okay.
Although Beauty and the Beast is a close second.
Beauty and the Beast is a very good. Although I don't like in the original Broadway soundtrack the woman. Is it Susan something who does the singing for Belle in the original Broadway soundtrack?
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not a huge
I'm not a
fan
fan
of her voice.
No. Michael?
Lion King.
Yep.
Mainly
Oh.
because it's A, the only one I've seen, but B, the music is done fantastically, but it's everything else about it.
The costumes are
The
insane.
props and costumes are phenomenal, and
But
it's
it's
like,
literally the movie on stage,
yeah,
but it's so creative.
and it's like anyone could just like be the actor and stand there with like a cutout of a zebra and just do that, but like
But
they
it's so
they
genius.
interact and they move about the audience as the
Yeah.
animal. It's like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
And Rafiki is always brilliant.
Yeah. And the addition of the song "They Live in You,"
Yes.
Oh.
which is from The Lion King 2,
Two.
Yeah.
on
I
stage
love
is
that.
just phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
don't
good.
know if either of us were close to crying when we saw that in London.
I was sobbing.
I was probably
I
pretty
was
close.
sobbing. Michael's like,
I was holding myself back.
Yeah,
I know, it's dark, who cares?
I'm too stubborn to cry.
that's not true.
No, it's not.
I've seen him cry like a little baby. So mine is probably Cinderella, because
Hammerstein.
there's Rodgers and Hammerstein is what she said.
Sorry.
But also there is so many new songs added. Like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. I think there's probably more new songs than there
There's
are
old, yeah.
transferal of the original songs into it. And it's just, I mean, the general story of Cinderella doesn't change much, but, you know, the role, I won't give too many spoilers because I think you should actually listen to it, but like, the fairy godmother's introduced differently.
Yeah.
Musically it's different. The relationship between Cinderella and her stepsisters is slightly different. It's just fantastic. But another one, and I've never actually seen the stage show, but I've seen good enough bits of it, and we recreated it in school, is Mary Poppins.
See, I'm forgetting about all the the live action ones.
Yeah,
Mary Poppins is,
phenomenal.
yeah.
But the Broadway version of Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious
Yeah.
is far better than the original movie version.
Yeah.
How
It
do
is.
you say that about Julie Andrews?
And
But I'll
it
listen
is.
to it.
I
And
agree.
there's a dance to go along with
I
it,
remember the dance from you doing the
where
dance.
you have to, with your body, spell out supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
It's difficult.
It's difficult,
It's
especially
great fun.
if you've not listened to it, listen to it and imagine trying to contort your body at the speed that the song is done. That's all I'll say. I can't tell you how many hours I stood in front of a mirror practicing that dance.
Yeah.
And
She's
it's not
wrong.
it's not a long bit. But good lord, did it take a while.
That 10 seconds
Yeah.
is so important.
So important, and it's also precise and almost military in a lot of the
Yeah.
actions with how precise and quick it has to be. It's so good. So Mary Poppins is up there, but I think I will still love Cinderella more. And do you know what I think helped with that? The fact that the first Cinderella, and I think she actually does the Broadway soundtrack was Laura Osnes.
What
who
a
I
gal.
love.
What
Who
a gal.
I love. She has a beautiful, beautiful voice, and see, just looking at her, she's Cinderella.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
She is.
She's not blonde though, I will admit, but she's Cinderella. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, that's... I think we all had a bit more to say about that than I expected,
Yeah.
which is good.
I have a question though.
Go for it.
What is your favourite live action musical Disney?
Pete's Dragon.
I was going to say that. Because
Michael?
I can only think of Pete's Dragon and Mary Poppins.
Do we count the Muppets?
Yeah,
Muppets Treasure Island.
Oh, Muppets Christmas Carol though.
but it's not really a musical.
It's only got a couple
But Pete's
songs.
Dragon is...
Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon's a jam.
And Muppets Treasure Island.
Michael has seen Pete's Dragon, but
Yes.
was a bit like,
But
Just
I
understand.
think
Because
for
I've,
me...
no, I've not got quite as much nostalgia for it as
Yeah,
you
I think
guys
for
do.
us because of the childhood
Yeah.
thing.
Whereas
It's-
Muppets Treasure Island does that for me.
Yeah.
but yeah, love a good Muppets Treasure Island.
Yeah.
Shiver My Timbers is a truly excellent song.
Tim Curry though.
Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Tim Curry in most things is just, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just life.
So, yeah, Muppets.
Cool.
That's the thing. Right, we're going to move on to a slightly different segment. Segment?
Stignant?
Segment.
Oh dear.
Different segment for this podcast where I have a little mini quiz.
Oh goodness, I'm rubbish at quizzes.
No, it'll be fine. For Nikki and Michael. One of the things that I get really excited about as a talking point is the big names in Disney music.
Yes.
Oh.
There are, I would say, two different categories for this. There's the big names as in the Disney legends, composers and lyricists. And
I can
there's the
remember.
big names as in the big
Voices.
stars who have sung songs
Okay.
in movies. So we're gonna do a quick fire quiz.
I was going to say, is it
on-
a buzzer or...
No, it's just gonna be a back and
Okay.
forward until
That's fine.
somebody can't think.
Okay.
Oh dear.
One of the biggest names I would say, and I think Nikki would probably agree with me, in Disney music is Alan Menken.
What a lad.
He has done so much. So we're going to do a little quick fire.
I
Can
can't
you
think-
tell me
oh.
things he has composed for? He's a composer, I'd like to point
Oh,
out, who works with
right.
lyricists.
Is it how many things I can name that he has composed for?
It is, but you're going to do one each, and we're going to start with Michael to give him the head start.
Oh!
I don't know.
What did you say your favourite musically one
Beauty and
was?
the Beast.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid,
Yep. Another one of your faves?
Aladdin?
Yep.
Newsies.
Oh, yes, he did. He did a couple of songs in Newsies. Another big one. Pick another big Disney movie music.
I
clue.
don't know!
Honestly, pick one. You're not going to be
Cinderella.
wrong.
Thank you!
Oh!
I don't know! Why
Well-
did you think I would know these things?
Is that one? I don't think that's one.
Go for it.
Hercules.
Yep.
Is it? Just,
Pick another big
just
Disney
name
movie.
Disney movies. He's
One of my
most of them.
faves.
Hunchback of
song.
Notre Dame.
Yep.
Oh, out there. What a tune. Let me think. Is there many more?
Yeah, there's a couple that I've got written down. There's probably others he's done the odd song for, but these are the ones
Um,
that he was one of the big names that did a lot
I'm
for.
trying to think. Why is every Disney movie going out of my brain?
Basil.
No, no.
Why can't I think of any Disney movies now?
There's
Little
one that I
Mermaid.
don't.
Dressing.
Nikki's
That's
already
what
said
she
it. One is. Sorry, I'm trying to think of a way to say it to Michael without giving it away. You really enjoy it. One of the favourite princesses that you have that nobody's mentioned is in it. Slightly live action. Has Amy Adams in it? Amy
Enchanted.
McAdams. Yeah, Enchanted.
Amy Adams.
I did not know that.
And clue for Nikki, me but blonde.
Oh, Tangled. I knew that.
Yes.
I knew
And the
that.
other one that I didn't think anybody would get is Home on the Range. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Is that the animal one where it's
Yeah.
cows and stuff?
Yeah.
Did he compose for that?
Yep.
Oh.
I didn't know that had songs in it.
I told you last night as we were discussing this.
But is that
I
characters?
don't know who that composer is. I don't know who the Disney composers are.
No.
But is Home in the Rage background music or is that character singing?
I don't know. I've
So
never
it might be
seen it.
background music.
I'm going to go back to Michael and say, actually, I might give you Cinderella. I've got a feeling he did. Not for the Cinderella. I have a feeling he might have worked with Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Oh, he did.
On the Broadway musical. So I'll give you that.
I
But Alan Menken actually
don't
did a
care
lot
at
of
this
work
stage.
on the musicals.
Yeah.
Right.
Alan Menken pretty much composed the entirety of Music the Musical, which is why I'm obsessed with them.
Okay.
A little bit.
Nikki, do you know the name of Menken's original lyricist that he worked with before the poor man passed away?
Oh my gosh. Is that the one that... Oh.
Tim Rice?
No, but he is the one he went on to work with. Well done, Michael. You get the brownie points. And I can't even say it's because he's looking at the pad, because the pad's currently facing the chest of drawers.
I told it last night.
Because, it's literally on the tip of my tongue. I can see his face. I can literally see his face.
No, you can't. He's not in here.
It was Michael. No. It's
Who am I
not.
thinking of?
You're thinking of the Sherman brothers who did a lot of work with Winnie the Pooh and Mary
That's
Poppins.
that's who I'm thinking of.
No, so it was Howard Ashman
Oh.
who worked with him on The Little Mermaid.
Right.
Little Mermaid, something else, and he started working with him on Aladdin and died during Aladdin.
Right.
During the filming, no.
Oh.
He didn't, but that's when he died, and then that's when Tim Rice went on to join him. So Tim Rice and Howard Ashman were the lyricists for Aladdin.
Okay.
And then, can you remember the movie I told you about last night that Tim Rice actually started on?
Lion King?
Yeah, which was known as the King of the Jungle at the time, or Jungle King, something like that. And it was actually Tim Rice that suggested Elton John.
Ooh.
I can
As a
remember the
composer.
name of the guy who sings for Aladdin.
Yep.
Brad Kane.
Yeah. Can you remember the name of the female that sings for Jasmine?
No.
Nikki, do you know?
Oh.
Miss Saigon.
Leah Salonga.
Yes, it is Leah Salonga.
What a gal.
Because it was in your book.
Yeah.
But I couldn't remember it. Good.
Good. Jinx.
Oh.
So, anybody got any other big names? I say anybody, do you have any non-vocalists, like so composer, lyricist big names?
No. Good heavens,
I didn't
no.
think so. Nikki, if you get any others, other than the Sherman brothers who you've already said?
Well, I'd say Julie Freilis, but she wasn't really a big name.
Mm-mm.
I just know her because of Brave.
Mhm.
Um.
And Phil Collins, who we discussed earlier,
Obviously.
because he did Brother Bear and Tarzan and probably some other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apart from Elton John.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
One that I always forget about, which is kind of sad because he did some of my favourites, is Stephen Schwartz, the lyricist,
Oh!
who did Hunchback and Pocahontas
Duh!
and Enchanted. So yeah, there you go. Those are some of
Okay.
the... There are other
Schwartz.
people who have composed and done lyrics for Disney music, but those are some of the big names, I think. I
Yeah.
think it's fair to say that. Okay, now on to the big names who have done some singings and stuff.
Some singings and stuff.
Oh, there's another big composer that we forgot that Michael actually said last night before I even told him.
Hans Zimmer.
Who did?
Lion King.
Yep.
And all the other ones that were on that list.
Nikki, can you remember anything Zimmer's done? There's one really obvious one.
One that I've said is my favourite live action.
Muppets.
Treasure Island
Treasure
specifically.
Yep.
And Pirates of the Caribbean.
Tying in with that nautical
I
theme.
know that! Duh! Hans Zimmer. Nikki, get your head in the game. High School Musical. That's also Disney.
Who composed for High School Musical?
Head in the gate.
I don't know actually.
Oh,
Because the
Actually,
musical,
Tisdale.
because the actual musical composer, can't remember his name, composed some different, like a different person.
Corbin Bleu.
Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens, they are the composers.
And,
of High School Musical.
and the other guy. You know the other guy.
the guy who plays Ryan.
Oh, what is his name?
Nikki, as a High School Musical nerd, is failing us here.
Brian-
What's the point in even having you in?
Darren Webster. I'm sorry.
Brian Johnson.
No,
No.
his name is.
John Smith.
No,
Lance
what- it's
Jakeman.
Ashley Tisdale. And
No, that's...
no, I'm
Steve
thinking
Sharkey.
no, Ashley Tisdale.
Nikki,
And
let that burn in the back of your brain. Michael, what big names do you have that have sung or have performed for Disney?
Danny Elfman.
Who did?
Jack Skellington.
what
And
a
also
lad.
composed the music for The Nightmare Before Christmas. He
didn't.
didn't just voice.
He didn't voice, he sung.
Yes.
Specifically because it was voiced by Chris Sarandon.
There you go.
But Danny Elfman sung Jack Skellington amazingly well.
Yeah.
Nightmare is also a.
What's this?
bop.
What's this?
I was about to do the alternate version, but
Which we
I can't
can't.
because
Because they're swearing.
yeah, quite a bit.
It literally is a swear.
Yeah.
So we've mentioned one of the other big names.
I remember his name.
Okay.
Go on.
Lucas Gabriel or
Oh.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
Gabriel.
Two of the other big musical theatre names that haven't been mentioned so far. Indina Menzel.
Oh, I was just literally you took the words
who
out
has
of my
done
mouth.
not one but two
Two.
Disney characters.
Yeah.
Two?
Yes.
What have
Yeah.
What have I missed?
You've not missed it. You're just not remembering it. It took me
Because she's
until Michael mentioned it last
such a
night.
minimalist character in the film. Not minimalist, but she's barely in the film.
So the big one, and the main reason that I enjoy the music from
Movie.
Frozen so much is because it's Indina Menzel
Yeah.
who voices Elsa, and Indina Menzel plays a huge part in my musical career.
Mm-hmm.
Same. Literally, this is where we began.
Part animated, part live action.
Yes.
Amy Adams.
Oh, Enchanted!
Yep.
Yep.
I forgot she was
She's
in that.
the black-haired woman.
Yeah.
Obviously.
She
Well,
plays.
she has black hair.
She plays herself.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot
She's
she
a
was in
princess.
that.
Yeah.
See, I don't remember Enchanted that well.
I quite like it. It's quite funny.
It is good.
It's good. The other big musical theatre star, I say big, that I could think of off the top of my head, who did the singing for a Disney princess of sorts. For bonus points, Nikki, well maybe not Michael because I told him last night. Pocahontas, who did the singing for her?
I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. She was in the Les Mis 10th anniversary production, other than Leah Salonga,
I
who
can't
was
remember
Jasmine.
her name.
She played Cosette. Do 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 do.
Can I guess?
Wait, so she was a Wayne?
Can I guess?
No, she plays like adult
Like
Cosette.
adult Cosette?
Yeah,
I can't even see her face.
Was it Jeremy Irons?
yeah, it was Jeremy Irons.
I don't know.
Judy.
Judy Garland.
The reason that I hesitated so much saying the names because it sounds like something else, but I've got a feeling it's like a Dutch surname.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who sings for Pocahontas,
Seriously?
which you can hear the most in Colours of the Wind. That's when you hear it the most.
After this podcast, I am listening to that song.
Yep, as everyone else should.
Yeah.
Some other big names that have done Disney stuff. Billy Joel
Yeah.
as Dodger in Oliver and Company.
It was the dog. The
Was
one
it?
who's like, why should I worry? Or why should I worry? Why would I worry? Yeah.
That's a good song.
Jeremy Irons.
Yep, as
Scar.
Scar Brother.
Mufasa.
Huge name. Huge. Yeah, he was a big one. And there's a big one that there's two big ones that are in the same movie that we're ignoring, but the reason I wanted to save it till last is because it's going back to a point that we made previously about Moana. So obviously the big name that did a lot, not all, but a lot of the composing.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
Yep, so that's one of the big names who
He did the
obviously voiced
composing.
Maui.
I know what name you're soon to say.
Yes.
One of the bigger named composers who worked on Moana is
Can I say it?
Yep.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
What she said for those who didn't hear is Lin-Manuel Miranda, who
My
is
heart's just started beating
is
really
a
fast.
huge name in the musical theatre, well, in the music circuits at the minute,
Yeah.
because of Hamilton. Like, let's be honest, it's because of Hamilton. He's
Yeah.
done a lot of other work, but
Did he
he
actually?
blew up because
Did he
of Hamilton.
create Hamilton?
Yes.
Yes,
Right,
he
okay.
wrote it, composed it,
Yeah, yeah.
lyricist,
And
did it,
sung it.
and was and
Is Hamilton.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
So obviously he did a lot of the work from Moana. Michael, would you like to talk about one of your favourite songs from Moana?
Yes.
Yes, I would.
It's one of the things that I said we would come back to because
Yeah.
it stands out. Take it
So
away.
it does. Shiny. Shiny is the one song out of all the songs in Moana that doesn't fit in with the other ones.
It's just there.
For a good point. Because it was meant to be different. Because it was a tribute. Now, CJ's obviously done the research into this. It was a tribute to David Bowie.
Disney have gone on record to say that that song and the character of
Oh my
Tamatoa
goodness.
is a tribute to David Bowie and his many stage acts.
Yep. Which,
on record.
So
which
genius.
actually comes across a lot more when the lights go out and he's got all like the makeup on his face and it goes all the different colours. It looks very much like Ziggy Stardust.
Yes.
Now, Tamatoa is voiced by Jermaine Clement,
Who also wrote
Shiny.
Shiny.
Who also wrote Shiny? Yeah. So he wrote Shiny. He's one of the Flight of the Conchords, and they did a song in. Obviously, in one of their previous albums, they did a song for the TV show called Bowie. This was long before, obviously, he died. This is when Bowie was still alive. But they did a song called Bowie, just like, again, tributing all his stuff from the past. And he's got a good David Bowie kind of voice.
It's that same slightly unusual style.
Yeah. So that's why they got him back in to do Shiny.
And I think, has he worked with Disney before? Or is it just Brett?
He's worked with. He did Rio, I believe. He did the. I can't remember if. I think Jermaine did the music for Rio, which is DreamWorks, not Disney.
Yeah.
Brett did the music for. Brett did the music for the Muppets.
Yeah.
But Jermaine was in the second Muppets film, or the Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'd like to point out, Brett, that we're speaking of, Brett McKenzie, is the other half of the Flight of the Conchords with Jermaine Clements.
He wrote the music for Muppets and Muppets Most Wanted. He actually, I believe he won an Oscar or some kind of film award for the Muppets. I think it's mainly because of Man or a Muppet.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, competing at the same time for the music award with Rio.
Nice.
So yeah. That was good. So
It
yeah.
is good. Speaking of the Muppets, a couple of the big names that appear very briefly in
Just
the
appear.
Muppets Most Wanted. You've got like Lady Gaga, Josh Groban appears right at the end.
Yep.
You get a couple of beautiful notes from him. There's obviously other big names in Muppets Most Wanted.
None
but
of
those
them
are the two.
none of them really sing though. Lady Gaga gets a little bit of singing.
Is Most Wanted
Tina
the
Fey.
more recent one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is NPH not in that?
Yeah, but he doesn't sing in it.
Really?
Yeah. He's just on the
Unfortunately.
telephone briefly
what's
for a few
his-
seconds.
From How I Met Your Mother, the other one.
The Marshall's in the first one.
Was it the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
Marshall.
Marshall.
What is his name?
No,
Don't know, but
Jason.
yes.
I was going to say Steve.
Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
no,
Jason
I
Seagal.
Yeah. Not Seagal, but
Not
Jason
not,
Segel.
Yeah.
Seagull.
Yep.
Okay, we are probably cutting this episode a long one.
Yep.
So there's one big thing that I really want to mention, mainly because it's one of Michael's favourite things in life. A good villain song.
Love a villain.
Right, so there's 2 pointers to this. Your favourite Dylan.
Dylan
Oh,
Saunders.
your
Your
Starkid.
favourite villain song.
Yep.
And I
Your
want,
favourite
if there's
villain.
any villains you're sad didn't get a song, because not all villains have a song. Michael, what's your favourite villain song?
The Prince Ali reprise.
Oh.
Which I hinted to when Michael told us his favourite Disney song was Prince Ali.
Okay.
The Prince Ali reprise is phenomenal because that's the whole thing with villain songs is. No, I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, that's when Jafar is like at the height of his power and he just goes off the rails and he's a maniac,
Yeah.
and that very much comes through. But he's still like he's a very composed maniac
Yeah.
because he just keeps his attitude about him. It's just right at the end of the song with that laugh. Oh,
It's
That
so
laugh.
important how that laugh is done.
yeah.
Have we told the story in the podcast about when we were standing in queue at Disney?
We were standing waiting to see Jafar. So what else do we do but start singing the Prince Ali reprise while we're waiting
Oh,
in the
of
queue?
course.
From beginning to end.
Yes.
Of course.
It was great.
Good.
Yeah. Are there any villains you're
I did.
sad didn't get a song?
I'm not sad that none of them got a song, but there's one that's just popped to mind that would be very funny if they did get a song, because I don't know how it would go. Lady Tremaine. How would that even
I
go?
have a feeling, I don't know if she gets a song or whether it's
The
the Ugly
Stepsisters?
Stepsisters and
The stage show.
No, although she's
Or the
joins
sequel.
in a song, but yeah, in one of the sequels,
Right.
I'm sure. She might not though, but
Yeah.
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 Nikki, favourite villain song?
I don't know. There's 2 that came into head as soon as you said that.
Okay.
One was Be Prepared, because it is
Prepared. Yeah.
insane.
No, carry on.
and what's his face from Princess and the Frog?
Oh,
Yeah.
Dr. Facilier, yeah.
Yes, that
Friends on
one.
the Other Side.
That is also
Yeah. It's amazing.
Which
a bop.
I think is my favourite
Yeah.
Disney villain song.
Because
If
whenever
not-
someone says villain, I think of him because that's your favourite.
if not Gaston.
Gaston.
Who doesn't love Gaston?
Yeah, it's a villain song, so like, I think most villain songs have like, you can almost feel the dark air about them.
Yeah.
There's nothing about Gaston. It's so jovial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also one of my favourite songs to have on at like a party or something.
Yep.
Because everyone
It's
loves
fun.
it.
Everyone does.
knows it. Everyone sings it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
another villain. Imagine if they got a song. Shan Yu. Imagine the Huns just kicking off into song and dance.
It would be like I Have a Dream in Tangled. So it's like all these really big, burly, scary guys.
I forgot
and
about
then
Mother
they-
Knows Best.
Mother Knows Best.
That
pretty
is
good.
a good song.
Any villains you're sad
Any
didn't get a song?
villains? Trying to think of villains.
While you think on that, I have another big name that we never thought about that sings in a Disney film.
Yeah.
John Rhys Davies
Oh.
in Aladdin 3.
Of course.
Yeah.
Aladdin number 3.
Aladdin number 3, yeah, he sings.
Yep.
He sings in one of the songs, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Very briefly. And of course, in Aladdin that doesn't get mentioned, Gilbert Gottfried for some reason gets to sing. Whoever thought that was a good idea
Who
needs shot.
invented that?
Hades doesn't have a song, does he?
No.
The Muses sing a song about him, but
Yeah.
he doesn't have a song.
I think he would have a really. I think in the musical they're going to give him a song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would actually like some kind of thing like very near the end just to sort of like show that he's still got the upper hand on Hercules.
Yeah.
It would be a really good point to have a song when he just strikes the deal with him to take away his
Yeah.
strength. That would be the
I
perfect
think
point
that's
to
what
have a
they're
song.
going to do.
with.
For those of you who don't know, Hercules is becoming an onstage musical, and I am so
Is Alan
excited.
Menken doing work with it?
I didn't know that,
Oh, of course he is.
but I'm glad I know that
Yeah.
now.
Well, I'm assuming he is.
You would hope so.
Well, he composed for the original movie,
Yeah.
so he'll have some say in it. Same way as Beauty and the Beast, the live action film.
Yes.
So, what villain do you have that you're sad they didn't get a song?
I said one last night and I can't quite remember what it was.
Can't remember. Couldn't tell you.
Oh, I remember. Maleficent. But it couldn't be Sleeping Beauty's Maleficent. It would have to be live action Maleficent from the movie Maleficent.
Yeah.
So
That would be good.
yeah, it would have to be that because I don't think Sleeping Beauty Maleficent we don't get enough.
She's
of
not
her.
in it.
No.
Yeah, she's not in it enough.
But she's also doesn't strike me at all as the kind of person. I think if anyone started singing in front of her,
She would.
she
kill
would
them.
like disintegrate them.
Zap them.
Yeah, they would
Cool.
turn to dust.
So yeah, that's There's probably so much more we could say about Disney music.
This is already a very long episode.
But yeah, we need to curb this episode. We've missed out many things. Feel free to comment down below if there's anything you think is a glaring miss on our part. And it's not that we probably don't love it, it's just that there's too many things to think about and we are but three little peeps. So, on that note,
Yeah.
I am CJ.
And I'm Michael.
And I'm Nikki. Oh. And I'm Nikki, and we've been casting.
And such.
Goodbye!
Bye.